Hi everyone, Assalamu alaikum. We will continue in our Folio commands subsection in DB group, database operations group. As we discussed before, we have commands to make database operations on our local database related to the script. Simply, we have operations to import into my local database, and we have operations to dump from my local database into my host machine. Okay, let's start from the import section. We have import. It will take a file in DB directory. Should be in the database directory. Okay, can open here to make it easy for us. As we see here, we have the DB. Okay, let's go up. We have the DB directory. Inside this directory, there should be a file called, for example, okapi.sql, and this name is configurable through configuration. We saw it earlier. If this file exists, when I type this FolioDB import, it will take this file and drop the existing database and creating a new one. Okay. DB staging import will do the same, but on the staging database. When we discussed earlier also that we have two databases, and the main reason is to not interfere the data from your own local work and the data coming from any remote environment, like your development environment or your staging QA, anything like this. And we have this one, import schema. If you want to import a specific schema, not a complete database, and what it do, it will simply I forgot something to do it here. Actually, the name of the schema should be after the import schema argument. After this, space, and you will type the schema name. For example, test underscore mod underscore users. For example, I will add in future in the documentation, so everyone can know that this is not only the comment. Actually, there are a missing argument, which is the schema name itself. It should be added here. Okay, sort of this missing information. It will be updated in the future, inshallah. Okay, we can continue. So the name of the schema will be the name of the SQL file. What we do in the script, we simply add .sql after the schema name, and this file should exist in the DB directory as well. Okay, this is the constraint. Unfortunately, I cannot add a path for the schema where it exists and the file name. No, I simply add the name, and the file should be in a specific naming and also in a specific place. The file should be named with the schema name. You add it here, and it should exist in the DB directory. Okay, else it will not work. And the second one, if you add staging argument, it will do the same, but on the staging database. Import table is the same like the above. You should there are missing arguments here. After the import table argument, space, and you add the schema name, space, and you add the table name. And in this case, the table name should be like this one. The schema name, as we discussed here, dash, not underscore in this time, dash, the table name .sql, and it should also exist in the DB directory. And the next one will work on the staging database, the same like the above. Import remote schema. This is a very, very nice feature. If you have access to a remote database like development or staging or anything like this, sorry, you can directly import from your remote database directly into your local database. So this command will do 2 steps automatically. It will firstly dump the schema from your remote database according to the configuration, database configuration for that remote database, and it will be configured in the configuration.json file. We talked about this in previous videos. Okay, after dumping the file, it will directly import that file into your own local database. And the staging is the same, but in the staging database. Import remote table, same like schema. It will dump a remote table from its schema and import it in your local database. So the missing arguments here are the schema name and the table name. The same, but on staging database. Next group are the dump until here. Yes, the dump operations. You can dump from your local database, and it will go to a directory called dumped okapi with a suffix, timestamp suffix for the file name. Okay, staging, or the same in staging database. If I add print argument, then the operation will not run. No dump will operate. Nothing will happen. Simply an SQL file will be printed in the terminal for the dumping operation. Print means I want to debug for any reason. So if I add the print argument, nothing will happen. It will just print out the query running on the Postgres database. The same here for staging database. Dump includes schemas. As we discussed earlier, we have in the DB directory schemas.txt. This one. If you want to only dump specific schemas, so you can type these schemas in this file and run this command. It will dump the complete database. Here it will dump the complete database, but only including the schemas existing in that file, in this file. The same, but in staging database. And we have the counter command, exclude, or the opposite, so to say, the exclude schemas. It will work on the same file, but in other way. It will exclude these schemas and import all the remaining schemas. And in the actual query running, there is an argument, okay, from Postgres itself, -n small and -n capital or uppercase. -n uppercase is exclude, as I remember, and -n small or lowercase is include. You can check this in the configuration, the JSON file. They are also configurable, and you can check them there. Dump schema, if you want to dump a specific schema. Dump table, if you want to dump a specific table, and also the same problem. I didn't add the missing arguments. Here you will type the schema name. Here we will type the schema name, space, and the table name. So here the missing are 2 arguments. Here the missing are 1 argument. db dump remote schema if you want to dump from your remote database, not from your local database. Dump remote table, the same as this one. And here also you will add the schema name, and here you will add both the schema and table names. The last one are db list schemas. This simply is for display purpose. It will list all existing schemas in your local database. And db staging list schemas will list all your schemas exist in the staging database. Now we finished the commands section. Okay, thank you and see you in the next one.